Hey, listen, the police has said to me, Rich, he said, listen, if you want your phone to work, you have to go 200 or 300 yards up the road. So I said, shall I bring the security guard with me? So he said, no. He said, don't bother. It just doesn't happen here.
Yeah, just go in.
Straight out the window.
Yeah. There's going to be loads of it, though, isn't there? There's going to be loads of it. I mean, it's the Champions League game on Wednesday. I know there's been. I've had emails saying that my payments haven't gone through and stuff like that, and the club are saying you've got to do this, you've got to do that on your account. There's going to be loads of people turning up who've not seen them emails and not seen stuff. They're going to turn up on Wednesday and they're going to be refused entry. It's going to get to the point where they'll be that fed up, they won't even bother going in. They'll just get back in the car and go home.
Yeah,
because I know I will. If I go on Wednesday and I can't, and there's any and an ahhing or anything, I'm just getting in my car and going home.
I've got some friends that have been. Her husband's got tickets because he did the one that was on your phone, but she's got print at home, and she's clicked on it it says printed 5 times. She's had no email through, at all.
No,
she rang up, spoke to service earlier. She was on 2 hours and 57 minutes before she actually got through to speak to somebody, and then she was telling her a supporter number and that lot, and the woman said to her, "Oh, I'm too busy for this. I've got loads waiting," and put the phone down on her.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Jesus,
I think just,
right.
As we say, it's a nice link to another topic that we had, though, isn't it? The whole Champions League tickets and the, being able to give them to your friends and family. There seems to have been a lot of
I've heard there's a lot of people
Twitter
upset
about it this week, and I don't even know whether you can't. I don't think you can actually put them on the ticket exchange either, can you?
No, you can't. No.
I mean, the way I see it is this, from my point of view, and I think this is a lot of people's points of view. Midweek games for me are a nightmare. I own my own business, so for me to get out on a midweek game, I've got to get out early. Finishing on time I finish at 6 o'clock. Finishing on time is no good. I've got to get out early. So for me to get home, get changed, get to the game, it's a mad rush. Sometimes things happen out of my control. It gets to the point where it's like I'm not rushing around like an idiot in my job, especially if I don't want to make mistakes. I'm not rushing around like an idiot to get to a game. So I'll end up making a decision at maybe 4 o'clock that I know I'm not going to get to the game. So all I do is my season ticket, or used to be, left at my house. All my pals live near to me. So all I do is text me WhatsApp, message me WhatsApp group, and someone will come to the house, pick my ticket up and use it. So I can't make the game. I've paid for the ticket. I don't want any money for it. I just want somebody to sit in my seat or stand in my seat or whatever. I'm not going to be able to do that anymore now. So my seat's going to be empty. My seat will be empty. And now I'm not going to be the only one. Whereas before, I could just give them my ticket, or I could, in this new modern one, friends and family, my mates are on there. I could just transfer the ticket last minute straight over to them. Again, my ticket could be used by someone who's never been before, a customer, a kid who might want to go. You, Alex, you could use it if you could get over from Stockport.
Yeah.
Now, with this new thing they've got, I sort of understand some of the reasons for it, but they're setting themselves up to have very, very many empty seats.
Yeah.
They're going to shoot themselves in the foot.
Right. Can somebody actually explain the reasons why they're doing this to me?
John, I think this might be your department.
Right. The reason they're doing it is to sign up for the cup schemes is optional. They don't force you to do it. And if you want to sign up for them, then they expect you to pay for every ticket. Basically, I go to every game, so I've not a problem with that. And one thing that I don't agree with is the people that sign up to the cup schemes
just to get the points.
Just to get the points. Yeah, they don't go to all the games, But when it comes to a massive final or something like that, then they want a ticket. And it's like the Champions League final last time. My brother, he nearly missed out on a ticket. He'd been to every home and away game, and he nearly missed out on a final ticket. So he nearly didn't go to that Champions League final. But there's people we saw over there who'd not been to any game, and they were still there.
John, can I break in on that?
Yeah.
I saw your post on Facebook, and I totally understand Riz, right? Totally. You know, if you're a mechanic or something, and you're halfway through doing a brake job, you just can't say, "Sod it, I'm gonna leave that. I've got a game to go to." I understand that totally. But the hell of a lot of people, like you said, went to Porto, like you did. We go to every game like yourself. Alan nearly missed out on a ticket. People that went to Shakhtar, 114 people, they nearly missed out on a ticket. So many people went on that day trip, right? Paid by the club and got tickets. And some people who'd gone to all the away didn't get a ticket.
I know.
Now, that's for me.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you, can I just talk? I had a friend, right? This is not about the Champions League. This is what gets me. It was the League Cup a few years ago. We were playing West Brom away. And I put online, can't wait to go to West Brom. And he put online, he's a millionaire. Eddie, what you go to those games for? We're bigger than that now. It's Champions Leagues and all that. And I put back, no, I've got to support the club. Right. Gets to the final. Who's there? He goes online, he puts, I'm in the corporate at Wembley now, can't wait. They're the sort of people that spoil it for the others. Don't want to go to the earlier rounds. But when I'm in the South Stand, so many people on Champions League nights are not there, but they're there for the Premier League games. And there were so many people I'd never seen before at the Champions League final.
I get that. I totally agree with that.
Paul, I understand with you totally, because I've seen how you work. You've got a great business. You work hard at what you do, and you deserve everything that comes with it. And you can't just drop off when you want, when you've got customers expecting their motor vehicles. And you're right, you've got to do it right, because it's important you do your job properly. But not everybody's like you, mate. Some people just can't be bothered.
Listen, Eddie, the flip. The point I'm trying to make is now with these modern tickets we've got. Oops, sorry, just dropped my phone. Now with these modern tickets we got, you know who's going to the game. You know who's used that ticket to get in. If I buy, I've signed up to the cup scheme, and bearing in mind, I signed up to this cup scheme before I knew about this. You can't transfer your ticket. Yeah. So I've signed up to something, and they've moved the goalpost once I'd signed. So that's one argument. But the point I'm trying to make is this: if I sign up to that cup scheme, and I can't go to that game at last minute on that night, with this new system, it's very easy to see that me, Paul from Prestige Car Repairs, hasn't gone to that ticket, hasn't used his ticket. He's transferred his ticket to somebody else. So, Alex has got my ticket. So they know, because you've got to be a citizens member to use that ticket. They know that Alex has used that ticket. So if I sign up to the cup scheme and 10 matches, they say there's 10 matches, I sign up to this cup scheme and don't go to 9 of them because I've given them Alex, and then decide I want one for the final, you turn around and go, sorry, mate, you ain't going to the final. You signed up to the cup scheme, but Alex has gone. Alex can go to the final, but you can't. So that eliminates anything you've just said, John.
I agree with that, but that'll never happen.
Why?
Because, they'd have how many people on the cup, they'd have to go through every individual, wouldn't they, to check what games they've been to.
It's a computer system, Eddie.
Oh,
yes, it's a multi-million pound computer system.
Riz, you know what it's like for tickets to the Etihad. You come on, that ticket office has not improved since Main Road, never mind.
Yeah, but Eddie, that's not me. That's another story. That's a completely different story, that, Eddie. The ticket office isn't fit.
What they should do then.
But what I'm talking about, I'm arguing, not arguing, and we're debating what John's just said. The club are saying the reason for it is this. Well, that's nonsense. That isn't the reason for it. Can't be, because the computer system can handle, and it knows every single person that's in that ground now. It knows whether I've bought, because this is the reason he brought it in. This is the reason he brought this system in, so it knows who's using the ticket.
Yeah.
So the argument can't be there.
Now, Paul, have you noticed that the away game tickets, I'm on about Premier League now, are more available than ever?
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah.
Because there's no points available.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter a couple of days ago.
Exactly. But they know when you buy an away ticket who has actually bought that ticket and who's going to be using it. There's no points available anymore for it. You know, the point system should be literally when you go through the system that knows who you are, then points personally go to you, whether it's your ticket or not. Whoever you are going through that system, it knows who you are. The points are yours.
Yeah,
I'd agree
Might
with
be
you.
my
that-
ticket, but Alex is using my ticket, so Alex gets
Paul,
the points.
Paul, I'd agree with that because you paid for the ticket anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever's bum sat on the seat, I'm not saying that. You've paid for it, they've had your money. So you should get the points. All I'm saying is that.
No, I don't
not
want the
everybody's
points.
like,
I don't want
No.
the points, Eddie,
no,
because I've
no,
not used. It's my ticket.
no,
but I've not
I know
used
that,
it.
mate.
All it is, it's a way of getting rid of Viagogo and all the rest of them. These webed out websites. It's doing away with them. It's doing it yourself. It's business to business, if you like. You know, I've bought the ticket. I want my mate to have it. My mate's got it, but to get that ticket, he has to be registered as a citizen. So that means he can apply for tickets in the future because he's not got a season ticket, but he's a citizen. Also, being a citizen, just hear me out on this. Also, being a citizen on that subscription, he gets free all sorts of stuff. They get iPad covers, they get the beer mats, they get all sorts of stuff for being a citizen. What do I get for signing up to be a season ticket holder? I don't even get a card anymore. Yet someone who signed up to the citizen membership, they get a little card to go at the games with.
Well, hey, listen, the Everton game, that sums it all up. Some
Exactly.
people have been season ticket for years and years and years, didn't get a ticket. Those that signed up 3 weeks before got a ticket.
Yep.
Which for me was bang out of order anyway.
Well,
But
I really don't understand them. There's no argument to say why you can't transfer your ticket.
what they should do then really is regarding the cup schemes, they should give you so many times you can transfer it, not every time.
Transfer it as many times as you want. Why not?
Yeah, but then
I'll be honest, I've only signed up for the FA Cup scheme, and it's purely because between the Carabao and Champions League, the night games are a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
Getting there and everything. And obviously my dad won't do night games now. So
I thought they brought a rule out that actually said you've got if you buy a season ticket and it doesn't get swiped or whatever, that you lose your ticket the year after. You get a warning and you lose your ticket. Some percentage of the game. I'm sure I might have made that up, but I'm sure.
No, Paul, you're right. I heard that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to attend a certain percentage of the games yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So that's already in play, John.
I think last season, or even, it was harder to kind of police that, whereas now they can.
Exactly. And that's what, and if the system is used correctly, it opens up it clears any of this ticket touting bit and people, buying a season ticket and not using it or picking and choosing your big games. This system, it's an electronic system. It's only 50,000 people on the system. It's not massive, is it?
No, it's not massive.
So,
but it all depends if the people are doing this, controlling the system, are doing it right.
Yeah, but they're not, are they then?
No, they're not doing it right. We don't have starters.
If the club have come round and said the reason we're not letting you transfer your tickets electronically or any other way you want to do it If they're saying you can't do it for cup games, what's the reason?
The reason is that they want you, whoever signed up for it, to go to the game. They don't want anybody else to go.
What difference does it make who goes to that game?
No, it doesn't.
If the ticket's paid for and they know who that person is, what difference does it make, John?
Well, it stops these people that basically want to go just to the final. They have to pay for every game.
They can't go to the final because they won't have enough.
That's your system.
No, it's not. That's the club system. That's the club system. It's there.
When you transfer your ticket to, say, Fred for 9 games, and then you want to go to the final, you'll still get a ticket for that final.
Well, that's because you're saying that the club's reason for not transferring it is because of that. Well, that's their fault for using the system incorrectly.
But that's their system. We can't do anything about that.
Well, no. But the thing is, John, you're saying that's the reason that the club uses. The reason for the club using that system is because it's there in the system. The system will allow the data. It's manipulation. They know who's going. They know who's going.
They know that.
Exactly. See, now that they've brought this system out, before I could buy a season ticket and never go to a game and hand my season ticket to any Tom, Dick, or Harry. The club didn't have a clue who was that seat. If I ever got banned, if somebody used my season ticket and got thrown out, I can't argue. It weren't me. Tough, mate. You gave that ticket to somebody.
Yeah.
In this system now, because they know exactly who has gone through that door because of the electronic ticket, you can't swap between friends unless I give you my phone.
Yeah, that's a cup game.
The system, what difference is it if it's a cup game or a league game? They know exactly who's gone through. So if I buy a season ticket, I don't go to any games whatsoever and give it to Alex or give it to you or give it to Anne-Marie or give it to Eddie, they know which one of us 5 has used that ticket and who's sat on that seat.
Yeah.
You don't have to DNA test the seat. They know exactly who it is.
Yeah, I know that.
So they know that I personally haven't gone. So the way that they hand their season tickets out at the end of it, if you want a cup game, the way they hand their tickets out, it's very simple. If Paul Risby has got a season ticket but has only been to 1 match this season against United, then he ain't getting a ticket for the final. He's at the bottom of the list because Alex has used his ticket 99% of the games.
But they won't do that.
Simple. Why?
But they won't do it.
Yeah, but why? That's my point. Why?
It's more work for them.
No, it isn't. It's a computer. It's not Bernard Alford sat at home with a spreadsheet and a box. This is a computer, highly sophisticated computer system. I work on one every day at work. It runs my business for me. It can tell me every nut and bolt I've ever fitted to any vehicle. And I am a small business. Their system, I know for a fact, will be able to manipulate the data however they want it. And it's just a matter of writing a bit of a program. They'll know the ins and outs, the shoe size of everybody going through that door.
Of course they will. But they won't do it.
But why?
Because they just won't. Because it's more work for them to sort out.
It's not more work for them. It's not more work.
It's interesting. Obviously, I know it's caused a bit of an uproar on Twitter. And one of the other things that it has created is a bit of bad blood towards City Matters.
Right.
and the people that are supposedly representing us.
Well, they're not representing us, are they? No, they're not doing nothing, are
no,
they?
they're not. But
let's have it right.
But look, me and you know they're not. But that's what they are supposed to be doing.
It's supposed to be, but
I've been on similar. City Matters for me is a completely another story, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
You talked about it in one of the episodes.
Yeah. And for
they don't represent me.
They don't represent me, Eddie. Don't
But it's
represent me
interesting. I
either.
think, are we one of the few clubs in the Premier League, if not the only club in the Premier League, that doesn't have a supporters trust?
I'm not sure what a supporters trust is. You have to explain that to me. I know there's a group of people trying to set one up, an independent supporters trust.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they do, to be honest. So if you perhaps know more, that'd be great for you to.
Well, I can find out a bit more, but I know that most of the other Premier League clubs have got one, and I think it's supposed to be the way that the club.
What do they do?
Well, obviously, our neighbours down the road have got one, haven't they?
Oh yeah. Well, let's not have one then, eh?
Are they the ones that break goals down?
Yeah,
Yeah, green and gold.
Do they wear zebra pants and break into the club to get games?
I've heard, like Paul says, that there's another group of people trying to set up a new independent supporters club. Not an actual trust, just another club. Like, we all know Kevin Parker runs the main one. Well, they're trying to set up another one that runs alongside that, but not run by them.
And what do they hope to achieve with that?
Because they think that the main supporters club that is going now have a lot of favouritism and people get a lot of stuff out of it, shouldn't they?
You're not kidding, don't we know it? We've seen it firsthand.
Yes, we have.
Don't start bringing that into it again.
That is a whole new episode.
Yeah, it is a whole new episode.
Paul?
We'll have to get Stan on.
And well, I don't think Stan will ever talk to us again after that one. But it begs the question, are people kept in place at certain levels for far too long?
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
That's probably one of the biggest issues we've got.
Listen, the argument to that is, the argument to that is, and I'll kind of agree with this. Kev actually said to me, and I don't think he'll mind me saying this because it was in open source info on Twitter. He responded to one of mine, and he actually said to me, "If you think you can do a better job, then come and do it."
Yeah,
it is a thankless job what he does.
But
let's hear me out. It is a thankless job he does, but how many people would want to do it? And everybody's open. Everybody can apply to do one of their jobs if they like. But having said that, I've been on committees before, and people I've been on committees where I'm saying everything's going on and blah blah blah. I was a players' representative at my rugby club on the committee there. I'm representing I'm going to the committee and telling them what I wanted, what the players wanted. They're all going, yeah. Nothing ever got done. I was just on that committee as lip service.
Yeah, but it's like
there's many people on there.
I remember Kevin saying about if you want to think you can do a better job, come and do it. But he gets voted in every year by the same people, so you would never get voted in.
No,
to do it.
No,
the only way somebody would get his job is if he steps down.
It's politics.
Well, he's not likely to, is he?
No. It's politics, isn't it? I mean, unfortunately, anything like this where you've got a group of people, at the end of the day, there is an incentive. There's an incentive to be on a committee because you do get little knockbacks and you do get little favours and little things. Not saying that's wrong, because a lot of the time these jobs are unpaid. And there is a lot of crap with them. So the odd little knockback every now and then and the odd little ticket for something. I get that. And I'm not knocking that. And I don't think, I'm the last one that should turn around and say stuff like that, because it oils the palms, doesn't it? But an independent, I'm not sure how you can have an independent supporters club if that's possible, because by the fact that you're a City supporter, you're not independent, are you?
You know what it's like, don't you, in a supporters club? I'm chairman of ours. It's not that easy. And we're a small one. And you can't, like away tickets. I know, and you know, and we've discussed this privately. A lot of people only join supporters clubs for tickets.
Yeah.
95% do.
Yeah, and it's not an easy thing. And we had to bring their own points away system in to sort of nullify the ones that wanted to use the ticket system, but it's not an easy thing. And the way I look at it is, you're never gonna make everybody happy, are you? Ours is a small scale, and that just, John, how many tickets you get, Paul, how many you get, and we know what we get. We don't get a great lot, and if we were a bigger branch, we'd probably get more and whatever, but it's one of them things we have to suck it and see, won't we? It's just not easy.
Yeah. I just don't, getting back to the what we was talking about, is I don't see what another supporters club is going to do. It's just going to rival it, and then it's going to get tit for tat, and it's like having other political party, isn't it? You'll have the Conservatives on one side, and hopefully it won't be Labour because they're red, so it'll be Liberals who are in yellow or whatever.
Great.
Do you not think it's going to cause a lot of nastiness?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. It'll just be rival. It'll be tit for tat, and you'll have old school versus new school, and I just see it as being disruptive, to be honest.
And the thing with it, Paul, with social media, they'll be slagging each other off on it. I'm not saying Kevin would, but
but what's it going to achieve? What's it going to achieve? I mean, if the club were that interested, whoever runs social media at Man City would just ask to monitor what goes on social media, and they can see things we're not happy with. We don't need to do surveys.
No, we don't.
Just watch social media. You can pick up. You can judge the temperature of a room by social media, and you don't need rocket science to see that what fans are happy and what they're not happy with.
Just ask Emily. That's all you need to do. Just ask Emily.
Which one, Emily?
No, Emily from Supporter Services.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
The other one.
I suppose
I thought you meant hot pants, Emily.
No.
On match day, if you went around the stadium and had a census and they asked the biggest problem with our club, I reckon 95% would say ticket office.
Yeah.
No,
Easily.
the concourse, the bars.
Yeah.
No,
tickets
I think
tickets in the concourse.
Look, how many people have you heard of, you guys, who, when the ticket season were on for like a number 170 odd on the phone, got down to 10 and they were cut off?
Yep.
How many times has that happened to people?
Oh yeah.
And you're talking about a club, and we love them. You're talking about a club that spent £100 million on a player. I know they say it was only 40 with all the blah blah, but when you're treating your supporters like that, and it's not just one case, it's numerous that have been cut off on a phone when they might have been at work, had the phone going on. I'm not, I'm retired now, so I'm not too bad. But that shouldn't be happening in 2020. As Paul says, they're a multi-million company with these computers, and yet they can't answer the phones.
No,
they've not got enough people answering the phones.
They've actually sent it out to an independent company, haven't they? The phones and the supporter services. It's all been moved to another company that are doing it now.
Outsourced, yeah.
Yeah, it's been outsourced,
well, it's rubbish.
basically. I know.
Listen, if you work for Man City,
they don't.
If you work for Man City, you should be a City fan. You shouldn't be having anybody working for Man City who is not a City fan, because then you've got your best interests at heart. You're a fellow Blue, you're letting down, because we don't let fellow Blues down.
But it's a business. That's all it is. That's all they're interested in. It's a business.
Yeah, and there's no other business model like it. It's football. You've got a captive audience. If you're an elite football team like City is, they know that us as fans aren't going to turn it. We're appeased at the moment by the fact we're playing great football. Once we stop playing great football, because it will happen at some point, every team, has its moment in the spotlight. As soon as we stop playing great football, that'll be it. People start turning. They'll start. Whereas at the moment they're saying, "Oh, look at you moaning at price of beer and moaning that you've got a cold pie or you haven't got the right change." Yeah, but look at you. Look at what we're watching. We're watching some fantastic football. It's the best football you've ever seen. You should have watched it when we were Stuart Pearce. People get away with that because it's Man City, and any other club does the same. As soon as the football on the pitch goes rubbish, it's not going to be like it was years ago with City, where we'll put up with anything. We've been ruined now. So as soon as our football goes rubbish, the club is knackered. The club is knackered.
Riz, if I was to phone your garage up and I was on for half an hour and it said you call the number 3 and you cut me off, I won't be ringing you again.
No, you'd ring up somewhere else.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I get cut off, which happens quite a lot, to be honest, because of mobile phones. So if I'm talking to a customer and get cut off, I always wait like a minute to see if they're trying to ring me back. If they don't, I'll ring them back. And
which is good customer service.
Have you ever been rung back by someone cut off from a call centre?
You know what? No idea.
No, unless they're trying to sell you something.
Exactly.
But the only thing is
there, but I won't go into that story. It's dead funny.
The only thing is with what Eddie just said is that you can't ring another person. You can't ring another company. It's Man City.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's exactly what I've just said.
They know they've got you by the.
They've got you by the short early.
John, you can't even go to a ticket office.
I know.
Where else? They've got this massive plush souvenir shop. They've got all the little souvenirs. They've got all the singers around the stadium on match day, but they haven't got a ticket office. And the one that's open on match day is pretty queued up. Why haven't they got one during the week where the average supporter could, maybe in the dinner hour, go and sort a ticket out?
The place it used to be is the top floor of the shop. That's where it used to be.
Yeah, I know.
Because we used to go and collect tickets from there.
Why can't they open one behind the stand, behind the stage?
Yeah, where's that place that I picked my year Champions League ticket up from? That's a ticket office, isn't it?
Which one?
Behind the stage.
It's built into the stadium and you go in and
City Square.
There.
Just behind the
around
stage.
the other side of that. Yeah.
That's a ticket office.
Why can't they employ a couple of people during the day there? Surely they're big enough to employ a couple of people to man it.
Yeah, of course they are. I just don't know why it's not open. There's a lot of things there's a lot of things gone on since this lockdown and COVID and everything. And there's a lot of things changed that they shouldn't have changed. And what they've done, they've changed so much without any feedback. And they've done it so quickly that it's just going totally wrong.
Yeah. They've changed too much, haven't they, at once?
Yeah, they have. Well,
it's changing things, but it's also, we're not getting the basics right within the stadium. So to miss the end of the first half and all of half time and start the second half just to get a pint because nobody's set up for it in the concourse.
How many goals have you missed? How many goals have you missed, Anne-Marie, over the years by having queued up to get a pint or a pie, and then you're in the concourse eating it because you can't take it onto the terrace? How many times have you missed?
Me personally, I never have, because when I'm actually at the game, I don't drink. I don't have a drink till after the game.
I can't believe that for 1 minute, Anne-Marie.
That is the gospel truth.
Women of your alcoholic consumption doesn't drink in the game.
But that is the honest truth, Paul. I promise you. I'm at the game a good hour before kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
she's already plenty of time. She's already clear-eyed by the time she's 6
exactly. Yeah, she's already.
I don't sit low down enough to get on the big screen, unlike some people.
I was just going to say that.
He has to be sober.
I think John's become the pre-match entertainment.
Definitely.
How much money does that club lose? I mean, me and my mate Jonah, we like a beer before the game, and we used to before going at Connie Club, we'd get in there. We'd have a couple of pints before the game. Half time came, we'd have a pint at half time, and then they used to open our concourse up at the end for half an hour after it. So we'd have a pint then. So we had about 4 or 5 pints in the game with a pie and stuff. We'd spend a fortune. We don't bother anymore. The only time I sit down in my seat is at half time, because I sit down and just sort of like.
Anyway, boys and girls,
have a chat.
We've been on now over an hour.